question. We look at Nigeria is irredeemable with 1999 constitution. My sister, are you taking over, please?
Go ahead.
Nigeria is irredeemable with 1999. We told you that it's Emeka Anyaoku that said it. The full quote is, Nigeria is irredeemable with 1999 constitution. Angel Gabriel can't save us. That is what Emeka Anyaoku has said. He's trying to tell you that you going for election, 2027 election, looking for that angel that will not come and save you.
That's what the show now. Remember, we told them that not even Jesus Christ of Nazareth,
exactly.
Even if God, the God himself, even if he shows up and tell you he will save Nigeria, begin to stone that God, because that God will say criminal.
Exactly. So, and for those that are not used to Nigeria, as who is Emeka Anyaoku, he's a former Commonwealth Secretary General. That's who he was. So he knows what he's saying. And he said this on November 14th, 2024. And now that you have seen and heard how far Western countries, especially globalists and colonialists, will go to protect colonialism and neocolonialism in Africa, what are you going to do? Yes, you listening to us, you watching us, what are you going to do? Are you just going to be lamenting? What are you going to do? Say, you know that under colonialism, Africans and Nigerians and their citizens do not have the right to know the full background of their so-called leaders, including those holding the highest office in the land. You don't have the right. Under colonialism and neocolonialism projects, you won't get it. It's not.
You're coming to America, you have to get a police report. You have to go and do background checks. You have to do all these things.
Even to get job of training dog, to look after dog in Western world, they will do your background check.
It's true.
But to now be the president of a country, over 250 million human beings, your background is not important and it has to be kept away from you. Have you seen what we're saying? These governments, politicians, and entities will go to any extent to protect their criminal agents and assets, because they confuse you with English. Oh, it's assets. It's assets. It's not agent. It's agent. It's not asset. They will keep those information even to the detriment of Africans and Nigerians.
Where do you count? Look at what's going on in Haiti.
Exactly. So what are you going to do about it? So we're asking our people. We're asking those that are making noise on social media. We're asking those that are not agreeing, understanding that they need to embrace Nina's proposition. What is your plan? What are you going to do about it? Just lament? And Jenje, what are these names? You be on social media talking for hours because you're making money from YouTube. You gather your men, foolish people sitting down there discussing what you have no clue about.
Dr. Damage.
Don't know anything about. The other one that is in Canada, or be US or New York. Yes, I don't even know their names. Don't just sit and gather people. You see them with population, millions following them. What are they discussing? Stupid things. So is this, as a father of children, is this what you're going to do the rest of your life? Meanwhile, if you embrace this proposition, do half of what Daughters of Truth is doing, would have finished what we're doing. But no, you will not do it. You will do the one that will give you money, so that Iguatoro will be following you. All the fools and they will follow you. And then you have 2 billion more followers and make your money, buy new cars, buy house. And then after that, what happens? Now that you know that you are 4th or 5th class citizen of the world, the pets in Western world, they are 2 or 3 steps ahead of you as a human being. For the goal of exploiting and stealing resources from Africa and African countries, Africa must be destabilized, because that's the goal. They must not end colonialism by themselves willingly. They have to make Africa and Nigeria to be led by individuals who will perpetuate poverty and inequality. They must not exercise their rights to be sovereign They must not govern themselves, manage their assets or resources, which is self-determination. The globalists will prioritize their own interest over the decolonization of Africa and
What?
Africans. If people are real, is this not where they fight against terrorism, illegal migration, drug trafficking, human trafficking, corruption, border control, security? Is not where it should start from. How can you colonize Africa and Nigerians, destabilizing their country, destabilizing everything so that you can steal the resources, and turn around with one man that say you want to fight terrorism, you want to fight illegal migration, you want to fight other? What audacity do you have to say that? Should democracy not begin with fight for transparency, accountability, and sovereignty for the indigenous ethnic nationalities? Is that not where we should start? How do you hold your leaders accountable when higher authorities and stronger nations are supporting their criminality and lack of accountability? What magic do you want to do? They have international shields over criminal African leaders, both past and present.
You come and invest. After you finish destroying your people, you come and invest in one of their mansions and you get a citizenship for a job well done.
How can you now say you are promoting democracy or you're speaking for a better world? How will that happen? Where is it coming from? Secrecy, lack of trust, and so-called foreign interest will continue to undermine democratic values in the relationship between US and Africa, Europe and Africa, Britain and Nigeria. All those relationships will never work if you continue this idea. Under colonialism and neo-colonialism, there will continue to exist complex power dynamics, yes, and foreign influence over government and governance, politics, policies, economics, economies, social and developmental structures in Africa and Nigeria. So far you maintain colonialism and neo-colonialism, these things will continue. You have restricted access to background and history of African and Nigerian leaders under colonialism. That's what you have. Those intending to lead or those that hold public offices and positions, especially those with past allegations of criminality. Under colonialism, you will continue to have restricted access to the information about their history and their background. There's nothing you can do about it. And that is why terrorists and corrupt entities in the world do not take people serious when they pronounce, hey, we want to fight tyranny, we want to fight corruption. They won't take you serious because they know that you're not serious.
You are the corruption and the tyranny.
Exactly. You set them up, then you turn around and say you want to fight them. What? When they're working for you. They are your agents. They're working for you. So you are just bamboozling those that are not looking very well. There shall continue to be delicate balance between national or even global security and public's right to know. If we are ready, these things are supposed to be, but they will not because of colonialism and neo-colonialism. The so-called superpower countries will continue to bully and put their interests over those of Africa and Nigerians. And then tomorrow they say, oh, immigrants, immigrants. If you continue to maintain the rights to control information about Nigeria, corrupt Nigerian and African leaders, or individuals who hold public offices, especially where there's conflict of interest. Where what it means is that they're saying America and Europe first, then the subhumans, the slaves. They will come second, third, fourth. We are first. That's supremacy we're talking about. White and Arab supremacy that has kept the world where we are. This means that subhumans will be kept in the dark about vital security issues and information. That is what the system is. Slaves and subhumans do not have right to transparency. That's what it means. not where the interest of the slave master is at stake, or where it involves past allegations of criminality, both for them or their foreign agents or assets, they said.
Of course, it's an asset. He's working for them. He's doing their bidding.
Exactly. So it will continue to be the sole responsibility of Africans and Nigerians to find a way to fight the criminals and try to make laws to keep them away from important positions. You and I know that this is impossible. It's an endless fight. So as a result, African countries like Nigeria will continue to be a failed state under colonialism, a breeding ground for terrorists and drug barons like in Mexico. Those keeping Nigeria as unitary or colonized states are only serving the interest of those that set it up or those benefiting from it. And who are those that set it up, those benefiting from it? The slave monsters, the colonizers, and their puppets, of course, your own people. Yes, the elites, your brothers and sisters, that so-called elites in political and religious institutions. They are the willing tools that have been recruited to maintain colonial structures and systems. And we told you that 1999 Constitution is one of those colonial systems and colonial structures. Under 1999 Constitution, your leaders will continue to use international shields to shield themselves from accountability. That's what will happen. Under 1999 Constitution, colonial 1999 unitary constitution, under that arrangement, Nigeria is not an independent state. It cannot achieve sovereignty and transparency in governance. Therefore, Nigeria cannot move forward under 1999 Constitution. For Africa and African countries like Nigeria to cultivate true independence, sovereignty, transparent leadership, or strengthen democratic foundation, colonialism and neo-colonialism must end. So movements to decolonize Africa or decolonize Nigeria is an urgent task for all, a task that must be done. Thank you.
Yep. It's an urgent task for all and a task that must be done. That's why we are not looking to rebirth any nation. We are not going to rebirth a nation that is an open-air prison for most intelligent Black people on the face of the universe. We are not going to rebirth a place that we know that is run by terrorists. We are not going to rebirth a place that we know does not belong to us. We are not going to replace a place that is destroying the destinies of millions, causing them to leave a land where their umbilical cords are buried. Do you know there's a huge implication about that? And you guys think it's okay for us to be messing around with all these religious entities, acting as if they are doing anything for us? As we are speaking, the Arabs and the British and all these criminal colonial monsters, they are in Sudan causing mayhem of unknown proportion against Africans as they are fighting. Qatar and UAE or whatever, they are busy piling up golds and piling goods out of the place. Hapara gold, heavy her weapons. Can't you see that this is by design? Can't we see that we Africans trying to be religious and be Christians and be Muslims, that while we are doing this, that our enemies are having a free ride?